Been getting all your updates on WhatsApp. You've been enjoying yourself.
Yes, as always, you have to make the most of it.
I like the catamaran. That was a great idea.
I know, that was a real nice way to end the summer with the girls. Really enjoyed it.
Lovely. We're here to talk about home insurance today, though. Let's start with the basics. Most of us see our homes as our pride and joy. Why is home insurance such a big deal then?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kel. So for most people, their property is their single biggest investment, and that's why protecting it properly is so important. And at Jennifer Cunningham Insurance, we recommend Generali's full comprehensive policy. It's so important to make sure that the policy is tailored to you and it's not just one size fits all.
So just some insurance doesn't cut it. You have to have the right insurance.
Exactly. So you'd be surprised how many policies don't cover as much as people assume. So the small print really matters. So, for example, some policies may look good on paper, but they won't help you when you need to make a claim.
Yeah, we've all heard about the nasty surprises, haven't we? Maybe you can give us an example of something people forget about or don't include.
Sure. So one big one is contents cover. In Spain, the kitchen is actually classed as contents, not buildings. So if you haven't added enough contents cover, you might not be fully insured for damage there. And then there's optional extras like accidental damage, which covers everything from dropping a TV to smashing a glass door. And people often don't realise they can add that, but it's really useful.
People don't often realise how often smashing a glass door or the TV actually
Exactly.
happens as well, or even like a fire in the kitchen, which then wouldn't be covered by building cover. It's contents then.
That's right. So imagine finding out that after the damage is done. So that's why we always encourage people to double check their policies now rather than at a time when they're wanting to make a claim when it's too late.
Makes sense. What are the other features people don't think about?
So another valuable feature is covering for leak detection and repair, plus excess water consumption, subject to terms and conditions, of course. And this can make all the difference in preventing costly surprises from hidden leaks or burst pipes, for example.
Again, you won't believe how often you hear about people who've had a pool leak and not known about it until it was too late.
Exactly. And some of the older properties, obviously, there can be a lot of leak claims we have in the office. We've got the claims advisors there who do a fantastic job. And leaks are a very common claim that they're opening all the time.
Okay, so unexpected costs are something that we need to worry about, aren't they? Let's see what Jennifer Cunningham Insurance does. They don't just sell you the policy and forget about it, do they? Because there's always annual reviews whenever you come up to the renewal.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what makes our policies so flexible. We've got our renewals team, and they're always just checking over your policy just to make sure you've got the right cover. And if we think that you could benefit from a higher level of cover or you need to add something to your policy, our renewals team will guide you and help you decide which cover suits you best.
That's pretty reassuring. Let's talk about some of those optional guarantees you mentioned, because we're not all the same, are we? Some of them are quite unusual, though, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's what makes our policies so flexible. So, for example, we can provide things like liability cover if you own a dangerous dog, public liability for mobility scooters and vehicles, cover for electric vehicle chargers, which is becoming more important these days. Also, protection against illegal occupation and legal defence, especially useful for second homes that may be left empty, and even unpaid rent protection for landlords.
It's quite comprehensive, isn't it? But I guess people don't realise that you get insurance for the things like squatters or unpaid rent.
Exactly, and that's the point. Every home and homeowner is different, and we sit down with clients and make sure their cover reflects their lifestyle and the risks.
Yeah, I mean, a number of those things have been coming up in the news quite regularly, fires from electric scooters and things like that. Also, the Spanish government have been talking about needing insurance for electric scooters in the future as well. So before we wrap up, what's the big mistake people make with home insurance?
I'd say it's underestimating how much contents cover they need, because people often think, I don't have much, I've got my sofa and my TV, and they don't realise just how much they have. But if you add everything up in your home, furniture, electronics, clothes, obviously your kitchen, as we mentioned earlier, that forms part of the contents cover. It quickly runs into tens of thousands of euros. And of course, jewellery or artwork can push that higher. And the last thing you want is to be underinsured.
Yeah, if you've built up a nice collection of watches, or your partner has a jewellery box full of treasures, you need to declare that properly. In my case, I've got every single album and every single single and CD that
exactly.
And it's, so that's the sort of stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, it's so important to have everything covered. And it could be, you really don't realise how much you need. And then when it comes to making a claim, if you're underinsured, it's too late then. So that's why we do try to go through everything with you. And then you do get another opportunity at renewal time, because, again, we've got a fantastic renewals team there. So, we're always checking to see whether or not our clients can benefit from a different cover, or if they need to upgrade for whatever reason, because things do change.
Great advice. Okay, I guess you've got something to offer since you're on the radio talking about home insurance, right?
Yes, correct. So we do, from the 26th of August through to the 24th of November, we're offering 10% cash back with Generali on new home or motor policies taken out and paid by direct debit. There are minimum premiums that apply, and this is for policies that start between the 26th of August and the 24th of November.
That's pretty good. So if you insure your car and house, you get money back on both.
That's right. And there's no limit on the number of policies, so you can get cash back on more than one. It's paid into your bank account, normally around 30 days after you've taken the policy out. And the minimum premiums are €450 for motor and £325 for home. And you get up to €75 cash back per policy.
We always say quid in the office, and we know we mean euros, really. But it's perfect timing, that, for Christmas.
I know.
Shouldn't have mentioned Christmas, should I?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not that far away.
Oh, I know. It's not really. It's not far away at all. But just don't forget that this offer is only valid up to the 24th of November.
Okay, deal not to be missed. Kellie, if people want to find out more or get a quote even, how can they get in touch?
Okay, so as always, they can call us on 965 795 372, or they can email info@jennifercunningham.net, or visit our website at www.jennifercunningham.net. And of course, we're also available on Facebook and Google, so do check us out on there for updates and advice, because I'm always updating everything on that.